very unthankful. And he knows. That's why he keep on reminding us, sending prophets, messenger after prophet after messengers. Thousands of prophets have been sent to all of us. Thousands, not just 10. Messengers, 315 messengers. Some say 315 messengers have been sent. To do what? To remind us, that's all. And then it's up to us to choose. Today, we are talking about the meaning of belief in the divine books. When you say divine books, it's plural, it's not one book. We as a Muslim cannot be a Muslim if you don't believe in the Quran, because it is mentioned in the book of Allah. You cannot be a Muslim if you don't believe in the Injil, the New Testament, known to our fellow Christians as the Bible. You cannot be a Muslim if you don't believe in the book of Prophet David, Psalm. You cannot be a Muslim if you don't believe in the sheet of Ibrahim. You cannot be a Muslim if you don't believe in the Old Testament, known by the Jew as the Torah. You can't. Because Allah said, Amana billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi. In the Quran, in this book, the Holy Quran, Allah Rabbul Alamin said, you must believe in Allah, the angels of Allah, and all divine books that Allah has sent down. What is the difference between the early books and the Quran? The early books normally is known to the believer like the Old Testament is the Torah. Then you have the New Testament known as the Bible. The majority of this book is still believed by majority of the believers. And the Quran, the last testament. You have the Old, New, and the last. It's just like if you ask any Christian fellow, brothers or sisters, can you be a Christian if you don't believe in Jesus? Can they? Can a Christian say, I am a Christian, but I don't believe in Jesus? Can that happen? No. Okay. You can ask them again, can you be a Christian if you don't believe in the Bible? You just believe Jesus, my Lord, Jesus. But I don't believe in the Bible. Can he be a Christian? No. Now, you ask him again, can you be a Christian if you don't believe in Moses? What do you think? Yeah? Must you believe in Moses? Okay. You know why we say he cannot be a Christian if he don't believe in Moses? Because you cannot be a Christian if you don't believe in the Bible. And in the Bible, it's mentioned Moses. Name is there. How can you say, I believe in the Bible, but I don't believe in Moses? Then you don't believe in the Bible. Can you be a Christian if you don't believe in Abraham? No, because Abraham is mentioned in the Bible. And so on. You go to all the other prophets, Zechariah, Jonah, John, yeah, Joseph. All is mentioned in the Bible. Okay. Can you believe and say that you are a Christian if you don't believe in the Torah, the Old Testament? Cannot. Because now the Bible is combined into two parts. The whole Bible is being combined into two, Old Testament and New Testament. And that is why this Bible is being combined together to inform us that you cannot separate the two. Then you can keep on asking the God of Moses. What is the name of the God of Abraham? That is written in the Bible. Did Moses say, "Oh my Lord Jesus"? Did Moses say, "Oh Mother Mary"? Did Abraham say, "Oh my Lord Jesus"? Logically and rationally, no. Why? Because Jesus came later on. But they believe in God, the Creator, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham is the same God. Just an example. Now, what is the difference between the Quran, yeah, and the other early books? The other early books is not protected. Old Testament is not been protected. It was revealed to Moses, and Moses conveyed to the lordship of Israel. Then later on, a group of so-called rabbis came up with another book called Talmud and make changes. The Old Testament is only in the museum for people to look from a distance. No more a book for them to refer to. Even the Bible is not being protected. And later on, you have a council on the scholars, Christian scholars, in the time of the Roman Empire, who start to come up with their own collection and form so-called the New Testament. And that's why from one edition to other edition, if you collect this Bible, I have few copies from few different authors. You'll be surprised to see the changes. And to the extent, sometimes you'll see what is in one book is not in the second book. And later on, what is not in the first book and the second book is in the third book. Things keep on changing. And it's been proven. It's not just what I say, it's in the book. Then when Allah sent the last messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah sent down this last testament, then He said, "Inna nahnu nazzalna zikra wa inna lahu lahafizun." Only in the Quran you have this verse. Not in any other divine books that was sent earlier. Allah said, indeed, we are the one who revealed this last book. And we will take care of the authenticity and protect the sacred book until the end of time. And there's a wherever you go, China, Africa, Far East, Far West, anywhere you go, if a person says, I have a Quran, call them to open the Quran. You never come across that this Quran is different from my Quran. The translation meaning is there to make every nation understand the Quran according to their language. But the origin, writing of the Quran is always the same. And it was challenged not only now, from the time of the Prophet ﷺ, because the Christian was around and said, are you sure this is from God? We thought that our book is final. We said, yes. And if you don't believe, I will recite few ayah. And Allah said in the Quran, whoever have doubts about this last book, come, gather all your people, your scholar, and come up with a sentence like in the Quran. Sentence. Mimma raiba fi. Baktu. Come, get your people, call them to form a sentence like the Quran. They fail to do that. You know, there are a lot of Jew and Christian at the time in the Arab country. They realize this kind of wording and sentence cannot come from Muhammad, from human. And that's why until today we feel so proud, because we believe in the last testament that will talk about the Old Testament, the Ten Commandments, that will talk about what was revealed in the Injil. That's why in the Quran you have one chapter called the chapter of Mary. Just talk about what happened to Virgin Mary and the birth of Jesus. Why we talk about that? Because this is what happened to them, and the Quran is here to confirm what happened to the early prophets. What happened to Noah, what happened to Adam and Eve, where they were called to enter paradise and they have eaten the forbidden fruits, and because of that they were sent out from paradise to this galaxy that we are living in called Al-Ard, the world on this earth. What happened to Noah and the sheep? What happened to Lut and his people, who Allah have destroyed? And so on. And if you go back to the Bible, go back to the Old Testament, you see the storyline is the same. Because this is what happened. And that's why Allah said in the Quran, in this book, there are this story. That's why it's called history. The story that Allah is reminding us about what happened before. But the beauty of this book is also to guide you how to move on now, today. And the book also is here to guide you all the way to your tomorrow, your hereafter. And only in this last testament, the Holy Quran, Allah said, you don't find in any other scripture, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-islam dina. Today, I have perfected my religion for you. I have completed my favor upon you. Meaning what you need, a religion means a way of life, the do and don't. Everything is being perfected. From the day you were born until you die. It's taught by this book. Do you think we need a book, brothers and sisters, to guide us? What do you think? Do you think we need a book? Now, just quick one. The meaning of belief in a divine book, this means firm belief that Almighty Allah has sent down some divine books, to some of His messengers, and that they contain the speech of Allah. That's why when anybody asks you, what is a Quran? Is Quran a makhluk or kalam Allah? Our belief is Quran, Injil, Torah is the speech of Allah, kalam Allah. That's why Moses was given a title by Allah, La ilaha illallah Musa kalam Allah. That is his shahada. That Moses also believed in one true God, Allah Almighty, and he was given a title Musa kalam Allah. Moses, the one who Allah spoke to him. Now, the book of Allah is his speech. It's not makhluk. Makhluk is his creation. But Old Testament, Torah, Injil, Quran is Allah's speech. It's not his creation. We always remember that. Yeah? The book is not his creation. But you remember that Allah did not send down to all these prophets a book like we have today. A book like this. This was written later on. But the way Allah is telling us that it was in Lawhi Mahfuz, in the preserved tablet. But when He sent it down, He sent through angel Gabriel that is talking to the prophets and make them remember all this by heart. Then later on, their followers start to compile. They wrote it down on maybe, some, they don't have paper like today. They don't have typewriter. They don't have phone like today you can record and that. So they may write something on the skin of the animal, wood, and later on they collect and compile it. Now, it contains the speech of Allah which must be thought of in a manner that suit His Majesty. This book also contains the truth, light, and guidance for people in both this world and the hereafter. Belief in the divine book is one of the 6 pillars of faith. That's why Allah said, O you who believe in Allah, His messenger, the book which He has revealed to His messenger, and the book which He revealed before in Surah An-Nisa. You have other ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah, the ending one also talk about this. And that's why we cannot be a Muslim if you just believe in the Quran and you don't believe that there is a book before the Quran known as Injil, Bible to the Christians today, or the Torah, Old Testament to the Jew. Yeah? But what is the difference? The difference is that in Sahih Muslim defining faith, the prophets once said it is to believe in Allah, His angel, His book, His message in the last day, and to believe in the divine decree, both good and bad, is from Allah. Then you have the right faith. Nobody can say, I am a believer in Islam when they don't believe in the sixth article of faith. Okay? Now, why we need a book? Whatever you do in this life, you need a manual. You remember when you want to take a driving license, do you read some book about the rule and regulation, about the road, about the sign? You have to. When you go into an office, you want to work, they also come out with a manual and say, this is the rule and regulation. Anywhere you go, they will let you know about the rule and regulation. For what? To guide you. But this rule and regulation is divine, not man-made. And the book in the Quran, Allah mentioned with many names. One, He said, Zalikal Kitab. The first 5 ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah, the second surah. This is the first surah, Al-Fatiha. Then after that, Al-Baqarah. The first 5 ayah, Allah said, Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitab. Allah start with 3 separate letters, Alif Mim. What is the meaning? Only Allah knows. No one knows. Even the Prophet don't explain what is Alif, what is Lam, what is Mim. Just Allah choose His book to start with Alif Lam Mim in the second chapter. Zalikal Kitab, that book now, Allah called the Quran the book. In other ayah I quote earlier, Inna nahnu nazzalna zikra. Allah called this book sometimes zikra. Zikr. What is zikr? A reminder. In other ayat, Allah said, Shahr Ramadan allazi unzila fi al-Quran huda linnas wa bayinatin min al-huda wal furqan. In the month of Ramadan is the beginning of the revelation. We reveal this book as huda. Allah also used another term. This book also is called huda. Huda linnas, a divine guidance for mankind. That means this book is not just a storybook for you to read, a guidance for you. And also bayinat. Bayinat, that this book is here to explain everything to you. You don't have to go to the other books to understand what is in this book. And now, by learning this book. Because there will be some ayah explaining about the other ayah. It always come back. Yeah? Back, front, to strengthen the understanding. And Allah also called this book Furqan. Furqan means criterion. This book will show you what is halal, what is haram, the do and the don'ts. So that you will be safe. If you know the do and the don't, wherever you go and you follow the rule, will you be safe? You find yourself very peaceful. You don't have to worry. Because I don't break the rule. I don't break the law. I am a law. Yeah. The mind is still. You have no fear. But when you break the law, how do you feel? When you break the law, how do you feel, brother? Say, do you have peace? You know, you yourself know. But then the boss come to my office. Allah, boss know already. Boss don't know. God just wants to talk to you. But deep inside your heart, and alamak, khalas, finish. And we have that problem because when you are right, there's nothing to fear. Yeah? A Sikhi can come to your house. Any man can just come and look for you. But if you owe people some money and you're running away, and suddenly somebody just turned up, is so and so at home? And you saw, alone is there, man. Alone coming. What are you going to say? Immediately tell your son or you tell your wife, tell them I'm not at home. You hide yourself and call them. Say to them, you are not at home. And then your son is so innocent. And then he said, can I see your father? My father tell me he is not at home, sir. Because you say to your son, tell him I'm not at home. He said, my father told me he's not at home. Oh, your father can tell you that he's not at home. That means your father is at home. And then what you do, he'll wait for you. You want to imprison yourself because you are doing something wrong. But if you don't do anything wrong, anybody can come. No problem. You're not running from anybody. Example. Now, this book, Allahu Akbar, the first 5 ayah, Allah is telling us about the good sign of a believer. Good people have good sign. If you are a good example, you can trust him, trustworthy. He always speaks the truth. He's a good person. He don't lie. He don't cheat. Will you consider as a good person? If a person who is clean, who is good, trustworthy, honest, sincere, do you consider them as a good person? Normally, yes. You want me to believe in you, you must prove to me that you are a good person, then I believe in you. So the first 5 ayat, Allah is talking about the good people. This book is a guidance for those who seek His guidance, who follow. And then Allah talk about the characteristic of the good people. After that, Allah continue few ayat. Allah talk about the characteristic of the disbeliever, the bad guy. After that, more than 10 ayat, Allah talk about the ugly guy. Good, bad, and ugly. You remember that movie? We owe this, those who are maybe 50 above. You know there's one movie before known as Good, Bad, and Ugly. Remember? Who is the hero of this movie? Clint Eastwood. There's a song also. I still remember that song. Why they say good, bad, and ugly? Normally, anywhere you go, you will find these 3 groups of people. You cannot run away. You cannot say everybody is evil. Also, is wrong. There are some evil people here. There are some good guys. And there is an ugly one. Who is the ugly one? Good and bad is very straightforward. The good, this is the character. The bad, when he talk, you know he lie again. When you entrust him anything, you know gone case. You say, take care of this, gone. He also gone, the thing also gone. Proven because this thing has been going on. But who is the ugly guy? To us, who will be the ugliest people? The blackie, the one who look very ugly? No. What Allah and the Prophet is telling us is not how they look. He can look very ugly, yeah, but still he has a good heart. Yeah. You remember the movie, this is for children, The Beauty and the Beast. The beauty fall in love with a beast. A beast looking so ugly, but this is a beautiful lady. But sometimes you find this in life. You look at the girl, wow, she's so pretty. You look at her boyfriend or her husband, huh? Wrong man. How can he fall in love with this guy? I'm better than him, 10 times. But maybe her way of valuing that person is not how his look, it's his personality. The ugly person that Allah talk about is the hypocrites. So the first 5 ayah, Allah talk about good guy, the characteristic of the good person. Then Allah talk about the bad guy, clear cut. Then the third group, the ugly guy. More than 10 ayah. Why? Why do Allah start His book, the Holy Quran, with this arrangement? Why? Share with me, brother. Why? Why Quran start with that? Sister, share with me. Why? Please share with me. Now I can use the letter Y. Why? Come on, brother. Why Allah start His book by explaining the characteristic of 3 groups of people? Sisters, try again. Come on. Any sister want to help me? Or you find the answer and tell me next week? Or you want the answer today? Yeah? Now this is reality. We are living in this world, and this world is full with the 3 groups of people. You cannot run. Allah, the Creator, He knows everything. He created every one of us. Now He loved us so much, He sent this last divine book, the Holy Quran, just to guide us. Be careful. That's all. Do you want to share all your problems with your enemy? Then you are killing yourself. Do you want to put whatever you want to trust to a hypocrite? They will destroy you too. But in life, do you need to have good friends? Do you need to have good company, sister? You need to have good friends because life will be very, very, I would say, down. If you don't have company, you cannot just live by yourself. You go shopping yourself, travel yourself, go and eat in a 5-star hotel yourself. How do you feel? Boring. Allah, you see some people talking there. You don't talk to anything. You talk to your food only. Anything you want to do, you do by yourself, of course. But you don't have friends. You feel very bad. You feel very down. You need friends. You ask the children too, do they want to have friends? If they are the only daughter, also they feel very lonely at home. They want to play with us, we are big already. We are different category. They are our daughter, this is Papa, Mama. Papa, Mama cannot be like me. I want to play with people who same age with me. Now, we need to have company so that when we have problem, we can share. We can talk to somebody. We can release and express ourselves. You need that. If not, depression, anxiety, all is coming in. But don't share with your enemy. He just wait for you to tell him he's going to shoot you point blank. And the worst enemy is which one? Is the hypocrite in front of you. You're my best friend. I trust you so much. Anything you want to tell me? But now he is going to get all the information from you and pass it to your enemy, and he play innocent. I don't know. Oh, what happened now? What happened now? Why do people say this to you? But he is the hantu, the hidden ghost. Make friends with ghosts is better than this hypocrite. You know? At least you know there's a ghost. You know? But this hypocrite is the worst people, because Allah and the Prophet said these people is known as Zul Wajhain, a person who have two faces. In front of you, smile. Behind, you criticize, you condemn, you, and come to you, smile, sweet. You're my good friend. You're so good. I trust you so much. But to win you over and to kill you from inside. Now, I share with you one simple question, brothers and sisters. Example. Do you have bad experience with your friend? You trust your friend betray you. Have you come across with this kind of friend? Your business partner? Yes. Which one is worse? The one outside who betray you and your own family betray you. Which one is worse? The one inside. And that's why how can the son or the daughter feel safe in a house where the house is there to protect them, their parent is there to protect them, their parent is the one who do all the bad thing on them. How can we stay in that environment? We just can't. Children need protection. The best one is the parent. The parent is the one who abused them. Halas. This will develop a very deep kind of hatred inside the children, heart and mind, against that kind of agenda, that kind of gender. If the father abused the daughter will grow up hating men. Don't trust men anymore. Just an example. If the brother who is there to protect the sister and he abused the sister or tried to do something very bad, that sister, to her, I don't have a brother. My brother is dead. Because how can a brother abuse the sister? You can't do that. Just an example. That's why we said the believing in the book is not just, I believe there is a book, the Quran for Muslims. I believe in the Bible, but you don't even read that book. Something that you say, I believe, you must spend some time to read. Now, when you read the Quran in Arabic, Alif Lam Mim, just a separate letter, Alif Lam Mim. Zalikal Kitab, Alif Lam Mim, the separate letter in the Quran, written like that, Alif Lam Mim, meaning Alif Lam Mim, Alif Lam and Mim. Just example. 3 letters. Alif, Lam, Mim. Meaning, only Allah knows. Zalikal kitabu la raiba fihi hudal lil muttaqin. This is a book as a guidance to those who want to be righteous. Who are the righteous people? Allazina yu'minuna bil ghaib wa yuqimuna as-salata wa yu'tu zakat. A person who are good, number one, he believes in the unseen. When you believe in the 6th article of faith, then you are a believer. Then a believer must follow up with righteous deeds. He prays. He are connected. Then he gives charity to help the poor and the needy. Then Allah show you all the way of a good person. Not just a believer without action. Always, when you say, I believe, believe follow up with action. Then you know. You want to be a believer, you just follow that. You become a believer. You want to become a non-believer, Allah says in the Quran, a non-believer is a person you can talk to them, you can show them the evidence, this is right, this is what you should follow, this is the truth. Summun bukmun umyun. They just close their ear, close their eye, everything closed. No. I don't follow what you say, I don't care. I just refuse to follow. You come across some people who always like that. Very stubborn. It's like you talk to their friend, don't do this, this is right. He don't care. Don't talk to me, don't tell me, keep quiet. Let me do what I want to do. That means they have shut down. Now many countries also is shutting down. Why they shut down? Because of this safety of the people, so that the virus do not keep on spreading, to control. So, by believing in the book, read the book, but read with understanding. A lot of Muslim, born Muslim, have recite the whole book from young, khatam, finish, and they make kanduri and finish. They don't open anymore. Only Friday they open. Thursday night they open. So may Allah give you the right understanding. If one you follow this book, brothers and sisters, you will never turn astray. You are sure to have a good ending because you are guided by the divine book that never changes. And one thing that is very proud for the Muslim, wherever you go, the law stay the same and will never change. What Allah forbid 1,400 years ago, until today is forbidden. Until the end of the world, the law will not change to follow any one of us. If any law start to change, you know it's not divine. That's why human-made law is not divine. They keep on changing. Who is in authority, they make changes again. Because that is man-made law. You can change. Your company, you are the boss, can you make changes? Oh yeah, I can change. Normally you start work 8 to 4. I say no. You start from 10 to 10. Can you work in the supermarket 8 to 4? Most of the supermarkets start to open 10 and 10. It's up to you, your company, your rule. And then you may come to another boss and say, no, I want to start early and close early. It's up to you. But in Islam, the law will not change. The only one who have the power to make changes is only Allah. And Allah said, I have perfected the religion for you. I have completed my favor upon you. And I choose this divine law for you until the end of time. So may Allah help us, may Allah guide us, brothers and sisters, and remember to read this book. First round, just go through bit by bit slowly. One page, stop, read the meaning. I would recommend that. Or you have more time, read 2 or 3 pages per day consistently. Stop, go through the meaning. If you know how to read the Arabic, read to get the rewards. Read the meaning. There is, yeah, side by side. And then reflect. Do you understand? No. Note some point. I don't understand these words. So that when we come back, as we are learning, you have all the right to ask. And asking is the key of knowledge. That's how you gain more knowledge, by asking. That's how I learn. That's how all the companion great scholars learn, through asking the scholars. So may Allah guide us, may Allah bless us, brothers and sisters, and may Allah forgive us for not being following the divine guidance. Why? Because we don't read the book. Oh, this book too heavy to carry. Never mind. Everybody is carrying a handphone now. Just download the Quran. But you download so many things inside your handphone. But I believe you do have some Quran, but you hardly go into that. Just go on one day, 10 ayah or 20 ayah. Very short. Don't take you more than 15 minutes. I don't understand. Knock it out. Come to the class, mashallah. When you start to move into that direction, brother and sister, your belief in the divine book will be fantastic. Then you see how knowledgeable you are and how wise you can become. This book has a lot of wisdom. Just be humble and open, read and follow. May Allah guide us with the Holy Quran and the teaching of our Prophet ﷺ, because nobody understands the Quran more than Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And may Allah protect all of us from all the viruses. And please take care of yourself wherever you go. If you find any feeling that is not good, quickly go for a checkup. Just to protect yourself. The Prophet said, La darara wa la dirar. Don't allow yourself to cause harm to yourself, and don't cause harm to others. One they identified, they said, who have attended this kind of event, please go to the hospital, go for checkup. If you just don't care, you are a cause of a destruction. Just go, be humble for your own good, because you don't feel anything, but you don't know. Do, and then you safeguard others. May Allah bless us, protect us, safeguard all of us, and make us a better human. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Wabillahi taufiq wa akhir da'wana walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.